Woman spotted a steak the customer didn't finish. When she saw no one was watching, she quickly wrapped it up in foil, but the next second, another customer caught her in the act. She said awkwardly,
"It's for my dog."
but when she returned home, she stuffed the steak into her mouth. The reason why she did so was that she was saving every penny to buy a speed bag to train with, because her dream was to become a professional boxer. By day, Maggie worked as a waitress in a diner. By night, she trained at the boxing gym. She paid 6 months tuition up front just to get the owner to coach her. She once saw a fighter who was about to lose, but after a few words from the owner, he pulled off a stunning comeback. That moment convinced Maggie this was the man who could change her life, but she didn't know it was futile, because the owner had a rule.
I don't train girls.
But Maggie didn't give up. Instead, she trained even harder. One day, the owner couldn't stand watching her awkward punches anymore.
How old are you?
31 until my next birthday.
Well, there you go, 31. You wouldn't start training to be a ballerina at 31 now, would you?
I've been working it for 3 years.
And you can't hit a speed bag? What kind of training is that?
He told Maggie there was no way he'd ever coach her, and she needed to let this dream go. Because right now, the owner was focused on grooming his star fighter. That fighter had been undefeated for 8 years, but the owner still didn't let him fight for the title. He thought he wasn't ready yet, but for a boxer, 8 years is everything. One night, the fighter handed in his resignation. He was signing with a new manager. He wanted to chase his championship dream while he was still in his prime. As expected, he crushed every opponent and made it to the finals. All the owner could do was sit in front of the TV and yell out instructions that no one could hear. Finally, the fighter won. He was crowned world champion. The owner quietly turned off the TV. All that glory, none of it belonged to him anymore. He went to the gym to clear his head and saw Maggie was still training like crazy. He couldn't understand why this woman's so relentless.
My dad is dead and my mama weighs 312 pounds. If I was thinking straight, I'd go back home, find a used trailer. I'd deep fry her and some Oreos. Problem is, this is the only thing I ever felt good doing. If I'm too old for this, then I got nothing.
Hearing this, the owner was totally speechless. Maybe he was moved by Maggie's all-or-nothing attitude. He finally agreed to train her from that moment on. Maggie went all in. She trained like crazy at the gym, and even practiced her footwork while working. She pushed herself to the limit, squeezing out every drop of sweat. Whether it was stamina or technique, she didn't allow herself to slack off. With nothing but passion and pure determination, Maggie's boxing skills improved across the board. A few months later, she asked the coach when she could enter a real fight. Still haunted by the betrayal of his black fighter, the coach didn't give her a clear answer. He just found her a manager and handed everything over. Then the match began. Because she had zero experience, Maggie was getting beat badly. The coach had been watching quietly until he couldn't take it anymore. He rushed to the ring and shouted tips on how to handle her opponent. With his expert advice, Maggie quickly won the match. After the fight, she asked him how she did.
Fine. You did fine.
You gonna leave me again?
Never.
From that day on, Maggie trained even harder. She improved so fast and she often KO'd his opponents in the first round. Even though she kept winning easily, the coach started getting worried, because finishing fights too quickly meant she wasn't learning